just like everybody else.
David Williams and his fiancee Heather Heath called News 4 when they noticed the power turned on in 2 empty apartments in their building, along with a big jump in their electric bill.
And I walked around with the supervisor from Ameren to each one of his buildings, and they checked the meters. They even told me how they could tell if anyone was tampering with the meters.
They believe their landlord, Hassan Abraham, is stealing electricity. Williams says the Ameren, Illinois supervisor turned the power back off while investigating. But just 2 days later, Williams took this picture. He believes it shows Abraham tampering with the meters and turning the electricity back on.
Why is there a tenant over there that says they have a picture of you tampering with the meter at their apartment?
I know nothing about that whatsoever. The tenants that saying this stuff are the tenants I'm evicting, and they're just going running their mouth right and left.
But why do they have a picture of you tampering with their electricity?
I don't have no pictures whatsoever.
Are you stealing electricity from Ameren, sir?
No, we don't steal electricity.
That's being investigated by police. I obtained 2 police reports from Shiloh PD. Both accuse Abraham of tampering with meters at multiple buildings. But that's not all Abraham's accused of. Tenants say there's a long list of needed repairs and he won't budge.
This is the oven. I can't even use it. Doesn't even open. I have to keep this trash can in order for it from leaking. All this is like full of water.
Abraham told me the tenants who called News 4 owe him money and are being evicted. He says he won't make any repairs when a tenant is several months behind in rent, but that does not explain this photo or the allegations behind it.
Ameren, Illinois, but was told Ameren does not speak about individual complaints. But the police reports we obtained show Ameren workers told police meters were tampered with. I've also been calling the building inspector in Shiloh to find out if Abraham has been cited for any code violations. I'm still waiting to hear back. Reporting live, Brian Feldman, News 4.
Thanks.
Dirty halls and holy walls and a door. I'm afraid I can't push you in through.
Running over one of his tenants.
We had a crew on the scene shortly after it happened, and News 4's Ray Preston is live in Shiloh, Illinois this morning.
Yeah, good morning, Andre. Good morning, Claire. News 4's Deanna Zoga was on the scene late last night with a News 4 photographer. Now, earlier we did do a story, News 4 did a story after some of the tenants at this apartment complex had complained about their landlord. Now, their complaints centered around Hassan Abraham. Some of the tenants had accused him of rigging up utility boxes to rip off electricity. Well, last night they say he ran over one of the tenants at the complex, and we do have cell phone video of the incident after it happened. The man on the ground is said to be 40-year-old John Wilson, and another tenant describes to Deanna what happened.
And he's got a hold of the front of the truck, and the landlord is just going. He's backing up with this truck, telling her, call the police, call the police. He did not hesitate to stop his truck. Once he got over here to the end of this driveway, he stepped up on the gas a little bit, knocked him over, and almost hit him and ran over him with a tire. Then he just pulled out of here.
Now, Deanna says the landlord has not been charged when it comes to the accusations of pilfering the electricity. She did talk with the Shiloh police chief, and she is told that those accusations have been turned over to the state attorney's office. However, he may be facing even more problems this morning, again, after allegedly running over one of the tenants in that apartment complex. Guys, let's go back to you.
I give you a shit and I pay my rent. Still got hot water and the toilet back's fixed. I don't care. You can try to kick me out if you want.
We've seen this landlord before for weeks now. News 4 has been following up on every allegation brought against him, and the allegations just keep coming. Tonight, Brian Feldman learned the village of Shiloh, Illinois, and its police department are ready to take action. Brian?
Larry, last week we told you about this landlord in Shiloh who is charged with battery against his wife, is being accused of stealing electricity, and also allegedly ran over one of his tenants with his own truck. Now we're learning there's even more accusations against this guy.
Get off my property now.
Okay.
Landlord Hassan Abraham had no desire to talk to me about the allegations his tenants keep making against him, and they are many. First, stealing electricity.
It made me feel robbed, for real.
Then claiming he won't fix anything that needs repair.
This is the oven. I can't even use it.
It turns out that tenant was actually living in an apartment that had been condemned.
We've never had that happen before, but we'll be issuing some tickets if someone took down one of our condemned signs. That's why we put them up, to keep people from living there.
On Thursday, Abraham was arrested for allegedly running over one of his tenants. Now News 4 is learning Abraham has failed to have many of his apartments inspected. Heather Heath and Karen Wilson have both lived in their apartment since 2008. The last inspection at Wilson's unit, 2004. Heath's, 1999. That could mean trouble for Abraham.
Well, if you have a receipt from 2010 and the last inspection was 2008, it's just more evidence that we can provide the judge.
Occupancy permits are also out of date, and that's the responsibility of the tenant. But the tenants say when they moved in, Abraham said he would take care of it.
I gave his son $50 for the occupancy permit, and he said that he would go get it, and that I didn't have to do anything.
The village of Shiloh has no record of it. I tracked down Abraham to get his side of the story.
Police is coming. Get off my property now. Get off my property, you bitch. Come on. Turn that camera off and get out of here.
I couldn't get any answers, but maybe Shiloh inspectors will. Next week, the village and police plan to take their investigation door to door. Brian Feldman, News 4.